Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. Spring has finally arrived in New York's Hudson River Valley. In my garden, tulips are proudly pushing their green tips through the barely thawed soil. Big surprise, I found a crocus and some snowdrops in bloom. Although bits of snow remain on the ground, I truly feel that the season of rebirth has come. To celebrate this kiss of spring, I'm going to prepare a casual but colorful dinner, and I hope that you will be my guest. Here's the menu. I'm serving a roasted bell pepper salad for the first course, penne pasta with peas and mint for the main course, and a mixed berry crumble for the grand finale. Let me put on my apron, and then we can head into the kitchen. We're going to start with the dessert because it requires some oven time. My oven is preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. The crumble part of the mixed berry crumble is actually a streusel. And we start with 1 cup or 180 grams of packed dark brown sugar. Then add 1 cup or 125 grams of regular all-purpose flour. You might know that as plain flour. We also need a pinch of salt, about a 1/4 teaspoon, and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. This is the same streusel that we made for the coffee cake that we made in last week's video. It's a multi-purpose crumble. Then I'm just going to quickly mix these ingredients together. This is a great dessert, not only for spring, but for any time of the year. Now add a 1/2 cup or 113 grams of butter. This is cold butter that I diced. Use your fingers to rub the butter and the dry ingredients together. We're looking for a crumbly mixture here. So I'm mashing the butter and the dry ingredients together, just using my thumbs and 2 fingers. You can make a great big batch of streusel and then just store it in the freezer. Then whenever you want to make a coffee cake or a berry crumble, you'll have the streusel ready to go. I'm going to wash my hands and then we will prepare the berry mixture. My hands are clean. Move the streusel topping aside. Now for the berries, I'm using 600 grams of mixed berries. I have blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries here. 600 grams is 2.5 to 3 cups. I'm using frozen berries because they are picked at the peak of perfection and they're loaded with flavor. If you use out-of-season berries, they tend to look nice, but they don't have a lot of flavor. And of course, the berries will release a lot of juices as they cook, so I want to thicken those juices. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of flour, just plain flour. And for further thickening, I'm adding 2 generous tablespoons of cornstarch. If you live in Europe, cornstarch is typically called corn flour. I'm also going to add a 1/4 cup or 55 grams of regular granulated sugar. Give the berries a toss. The cornstarch and the flour will thicken the juices. I'm also going to add just a tiny splash of rose water. That's for perfume. You could omit the rose water if you don't have it on hand. Another quick mix. Oh, I can smell that rose water. You could add lemon juice or lemon zest to this mixture. Let me fetch my baking dish. Now put the berry mixture in a 2-quart baking dish. Top it with the streusel. This is going to seem like a lot of streusel, but remember that the butter is going to melt and go into the berries. If you want to make this crumble ahead of time, just assemble it to this point, cover it, and then refrigerate it. About an hour before serving time, bake it off in the oven. I'm going to bake mine off right now. "45 minutes. On to the first course, which is a roasted red pepper salad. Now, this is going to be very easy to do because I'm using a jar of roasted red bell pepper strips, and I'm going to drain them. Transfer the peppers to a platter. Give them a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and a squirt of lemon juice. You don't need a lot of lemon juice. I'm going to top this with some crumbled feta cheese. I love feta cheese. Let the cheese rain down on top of the peppers. A sprinkling of sliced almonds. And we're going to finish it with some flat leaf parsley. Just coarsely chopped. A rain shower of parsley. I'm going to save this parsley for our pasta course. Cover this and pop it into the refrigerator. Before we start our main course, I want to run outside to snip some crab apple branches. The branches will bloom in about 2 weeks if I have them indoors. We came into the house just in time. The oven is dinging, which means our crumble is ready. This looks beautiful. The juices are thick and bubbling. The streusel looks fabulous. And of course, this crumble smells fabulous. Back to the branches. I'm going to cut the stems at varying lengths to create a sculptural effect. Yeah, the branches look like dead twigs now, but just wait. When they are introduced to water and the warmth of my home, they will bloom. On to the main course, the penne with pasta, peas, mint, and parsley. There's also some bacon here. I have 6 strips or about 8 ounces of bacon, and I'm putting the remainder in one of these really cool reusable Ziploc bags. And then I put this in the freezer. Cut the bacon into thin lardons, about a 1/4 inch thick. You could use vegan bacon here. I'm going to wash my hands. Right, we also need parsley, about a 1/2 cup. And I already have that chopped from the previous recipe we did. Now I need some mint leaves. I bought this mint at the berry farm. They grow it in greenhouses all winter. So it's very fresh. Just pull off the leaves. We need about a half cup of mint. Coarsely chop the mint. Bring at least 4 quarts of water to a boil, and then salt the water. According to certain Italians, the water should be as salty as the Mediterranean Sea. Then add 8 ounces, or about 225 grams, of penne rigata. So that's half of this 1 pound packages. Then we're going to boil this just until it turns al dente. That's going to take about 9 minutes. While the pasta is cooking, add some olive oil to a large skillet set over medium heat. Add the bacon lardon and cook until the bacon turns brown and crispy. That's going to take 3 to 5 minutes. The bacon has turned brown and crisp, so now I'm going to add 1 cup or 237 mils of heavy cream. We're going to let this boil and reduce for about 1 minute. The cream will thicken up. Now you can see this trace when I scrape the pan with the spatula. That means the cream has thickened. So now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon or thereabouts of Italian seasoning, 1.5 cups of fresh or frozen peas. These are frozen. The fresh parsley and mint. Very colorful. Give this a quick stir. As you can see, this is a very easy sauce. And if you'd like a creamier sauce, you can always add more cream. Now turn off the heat and then stir in 1 cup or thereabouts of grated Parmesan cheese. What a beautiful sauce this is. Add the pasta. I'm simply fetching my pasta with this spider strainer. I love the verdant color of this dish. Looks like spring. I almost forgot to add some grinds of black pepper. You want to taste this carefully because you might like to add some salt. Although the bacon is pretty salty and the cheese is salty, so be sure to taste carefully because you may not need any extra salt. I'm going to taste mine right now. Perfection. The mint smells just amazing. I'm going to keep the pasta warm in a 200-degree Fahrenheit or 90-degree Celsius oven. Now that all of my dishes are ready, let's head into the parlor. I can't wait to tuck into this spring dinner. This plate over here is for you. You are my guest. I have a fire burning because although it's warmish outside, it's still quite cold in this house. The roasted red pepper salad. This is fabulous. The roasted peppers are sweet. The feta cheese is slightly salty and very tangy. And then we have the crunch from the almonds and that little brightness of the lemon juice. It's really delicious. Penne pasta with parsley, peas, mint, and bacon. Oh, just incredible. Peas and mint are a perfect pairing. And that Parmesan infused cream sauce, of course, is absolute perfection. Earlier, you saw me grating some Parmigiano Reggiano over the pasta. That's a good thing to add right before you're going to eat the dish. This is better than anything you would ever find at a restaurant. I'm going to serve the mixed berry crumble in these little coffee cups. Oh, the juices have thickened up wonderfully. A tiny amount of ice cream. I'm using my smallest cookie scoop here. I like to dish up the dessert in the kitchen and then bring it to table. This crumble is still warm, so the ice cream started to melt right away. I love that. By the way, all of these recipes can be found in the description box below. There is nothing better than a mixed berry crumble. This one is not particularly sweet because we only added that scant amount of sugar. It's so good, in fact, that I'm going to have another spoonful on camera. Thank you for being my dinner guest on this lovely spring day. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you will give it a thumbs up. That thumbs up or like button is extremely important. It helps me to build this YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in next week's video. Chin chin.